In terms of what has deeply impacted the way I look at my practice, and what has been really the core, consistent set of ideas or thoughts which have really stayed with me through pretty much my life, I think I would definitely say that culture as a very core aspect of my life, right from my childhood and my upbringing. It was brought to me and to my thought processes in a very seamless, in a very natural way. So whether it was the music that one was listening to, or the food that one was enjoying, or the clothes that one was wearing, or the Sanskrit chanting that happened at home, everything had a certain, like I said, a seamless, organic way in which it was given to me and my sister. So I think somewhere along the line, I would say that I'm deeply grateful to my parents to have understood the importance of culture and a cultural understanding in the way one lives. Because I feel that if one is sensitive to that, then it plays out in practically everything that one does. So whether it's the music that you practice, or even if you're doing a, a reasonably sort of a regular kind of a job, the fact that you have a sensitive way of thinking or approaching whatever it is you do, I think comes from that very core insistence that culture should be sort of woven into one's life's fabric. But I think the fact that one was exposed to interesting music, lyric, the people behind the music and the lyric, their lives, or even going to concerts regularly, listening to live music, and being pretty sort of unaware in many ways. I mean, when you're 10 years old, when you're 8 years old, you're not really thinking that, oh, I'm going to be listening to Mandolin Srinivas today. But you go there and you see this young boy who's probably, just a few years older to you, and he's an absolute prodigy. And while you're listening, you're also having your lunch, and you're sleeping off, and you're chatting, you're running around. So, like I said, the way in which one is exposed to all these ideas, and how therefore it becomes a very integral part of how you think. I think that to me is it's very central to how I approach my work, how I think, and whether it is sensitive enough for me, and how I relate to it. The thing about culture is also that it is a melting pot. It may be something very deep, like you just said. It's something very it could be very intense, but it also has to do with how accepting one is. How one is imbibing, incorporating, integrating all of this, not necessarily in a very intellectualized or in a very deliberate, considered fashion. And that's why it has to be articulated in ways which are impactful, and yet not in your face.